Hello guys, welcome back. Now in today's video we're gonna talk about ZHU YUAN, which is the second character coming in phase 2 right after Ellen. So if for whatever reason you are skipping Ellen, or if you're unsure, you don't really mind each of them and you want to know exactly what they do and what the value they provide, then let's begin with it, right? So first of all, ZHU YUAN is a ether attacker. Policewoman, she has a modified police gun that changes between her kit. She is very fast-paced. She is part of a weird faction. It's another one of those factions that has only her in it. So for now, the only way for us is to combine her with another ether. Now, she is very fast-paced, as I was saying, and she likes to mix between attacks that are like close combat, like physical, martial art, and gunplay. You're gonna mix that. That's your combo. Very fast paced. You can also change, do a little dash left or right to change direction while keeping the combo. It feels really good, really smooth, big flow. So in that regard, and she looks really good. She looks really good. So I didn't have her in CBT3 because we didn't have many pulls, but I did try her extensively in the trials. As much as you can try someone in the trials, you know. I followed the tutorial, the thing, I tried to kill multiple monsters, analyze her kit, I took all the screenshots, so I have a good understanding, I feel like. So now let's talk about her value in general. First of all, she's an attacker. I think she is another one of the characters of those that are like future-proof. Who's gonna come to get like a replacement? No one anytime soon. And if you paid attention to Twitter these days, they've been releasing and teasing new characters coming soon in Zenless 0. We are approaching and checking and finding new character. We are discovering new factions. At the moment they are showing us characters from the faction Sons of Caledon. They showed Lucy, they showed Piper. I don't know if those are coming exactly phase 1 and phase 2 on 1.1, but we are seeing characters that feel like they're not really ether, and if they are ether, they probably not gonna be attackers, right? So I feel like Ellen and ZHU YUAN, in the terms of like when they're gonna be replaced, I feel like they did it on purpose, and I think we're gonna be safe for at least like a couple of patches, at least like 5, 6, 7 patches minimum, which makes picking them up worth now, in my opinion. Obviously, feel free to disagree. Now, ZHU YUAN is very strong. First of all, ether damage is a curious element. They have their own build-up. It's called Corruption, and there's only 2 characters in the game at the moment, which means that there's only one team technically. But before we get to the team zone, the team portion of the video, let's continue talking about her kit. So she likes to get enhanced shot shells for her gun, so that way you can go into suppressive mode and deal a tremendous amount of ether damage. It's basically a shotgun. You know what shotgun is? A lot of bullets at the same time, and this is going to build a lot of anomaly, a lot of days, and she can do that thanks to her shotgun enhanced bullets. How do you get these bullets? You can get the bullets by finishing your basic attack, by using your E, your Q, your chain attack, or your special. Okay, now after you get your enhanced shot shells, now you are dealing ether damage. If you don't have the shot shells, you are dealing physical damage. So technically you need to pay attention to when you have the shot shell if you want to build up ether damage, or if you're fighting someone that is immune to physical or like resistant to physical but weak to ether. So in that case you need to pay attention and just attack them more, or use some big hitting attacks when you have the enhanced shot shells. Now her passive, her faction bonus is actually pretty good, but I don't know if it's gonna be like that. Of course, CBT3 said that the faction bonus gives her 30% critical rate for 10 seconds every time you use your X attack. The X attack is your E when it's enhanced. When you have energy and you can press it and it does an attack, a special attack, that is the X special attack. Otherwise it's just the special attack, and that is not going to trigger the faction bonus. So how do you get this faction bonus? By picking Nicole and putting her in the team. Now the only team that you can make where the faction works for ZHU YUAN is by using Nicole, which is fine. Nicole is free, everybody has her, so that's not really a problem. And so now you have ZHU YUAN and Nicole. Nicole is going to shred the monster's defense. She's going to do her E, her Q, pull enemies in, and now ZHU YUAN comes in, shotgun them, and now they're dead. Now, for big monsters, something that also ZHU YUAN has as a passive, as like an ability that lets her deal more damage, 20% more damage. Again, CBT3 numbers. Now, this 20%, if you are attacking a stunned monster, becomes 40%. What does it mean? What does it mean? It means that our third member for our parties should be a stunner. Now, for the best synergy, you should be playing Anbi, because Anbi is a stunner. She is part of the Cunning Hair, so she will be working with their faction bonus active because of Nicole. Nicole is going to work because of ZHU YUAN or Anbi, and ZHU YUAN is going to work because of Nicole, because they share the same element. So this team works perfectly. You have a stunner, so you deal more damage with ZHU YUAN. You also have Nicole with a shred and a pull in. And then you also have a lot of ether damage. So you could technically wait for Anbi to apply the electro, the shock effect, and then replace it with corruption, which then is going to trigger a disorder combo and deal a massive amount of damage on the enemies. But there's only one way of playing. In the future, whenever we're gonna get new characters that are stunner or anomaly builders that are ether, it's going to be, of course, Anbi gonna be replaced with anybody that does it better, or it's a 5-star version, or it's ether damage, right? Or it's ether element. So in that case, you will replace it. But for now, I feel like this is a really, really good team option for you. Now, let's briefly talk about her signature weapon, in case some of you might be interested in getting her weapon as well. The W engine is called Riot Suppressor Mark 6. Now, this is a ether damage focused weapon. We don't know the numbers, of course, they might be changed from CBT3, but the CBT3 number were pretty huge. First of all, the basic bonus that it's giving you is crit damage. So once you take care of the crit rate, you are going to have a level 60 48% crit damage and 713 basic attack. Just from this weapon, and that's only the normal stats that they give you. The bonus that is giving you is a very highly increased ether damage. It's 25% at one copy. So I'm not gonna go ahead and tell you the other copies. It goes up to 50%, but that's whale territory. Nobody cares. Okay. If you do, Pog, you can share on everything. Now, when you launch a next special attack, you will gain 8 charge stacks, which they stack for 8 times. So whenever at that point, after you have those stacks, whenever you do your basic attack or dash attack, you are dealing ether damage. Now you consume the charge stack, one of those charge stacks, to enhance the skill damage by 45%, which is insanely high, right? So these weapons so far, the Ellen one was crazy, the ZHU YUAN is crazy as well. These weapons so far have been really, really crazy, really, really big, which leads me to think that maybe they will be nerfed a little bit. Hopefully they don't, but these numbers are pretty high. You're also getting 50% critical damage on top of 25% basic ether damage and 45% increase on the skill damage when you're doing a basic attack or dash attack with dealing ether damage while you have the stacks that you just got by doing your E. So you do your E, you get the stacks, and then you do the basic attack combo, and you're doing ether damage, and the charge stack is going to be consumed by increasing the skill damage by 45%, okay? So that is pretty high. So keep that in mind if you want to pick up ZHU YUAN and you're lucky, or you have leftover pulls, or you are a light spender, you might be wanting to get the signature weapon as well. Now, usually you shouldn't be needing this, okay? So just pick up the character if you want to save for all of the new characters that are coming. please do so. You don't really need to get this one. Personally, I like the LN1 more because the LN1 is more straightforward and it's very easy to trigger. While this one, it means that you need to do the X special attack, which is your enhanced E, which means that you don't always have the X special attack. So this bonus stacking up to a million times, it's cool on paper, but in the end you are basically going to have 25% increase ether damage all the time, and then you gotta eventually have the combo to do the charge, to do the E. Now you get the charge stacks, and now when you're doing a basic attack or dash attack, and it needs to deal ether damage, and now you are consuming a stack to get the skill damage by 45%. So it is good. But the second part of the bonus is a little situational, and it takes a little bit of gameplay to get to. So I would like, if you don't like it, or if you want to save for future characters, what I usually do and what I usually used to think every time I play gachas is character is better than weapon. So having multiple characters is better than having one character with the signature weapon, in my opinion. Now, you feel free to disagree, but that's what I think. ZHU YUAN is really fast. She gains a lot of enhanced shot shells. It's going to be a close combat and range characters, in my opinion, right? So it's not going to be a close combat necessarily. You can also be kind of far away, like decently far away, and shoot, and you will still hit. You might miss a couple of bullets, so you don't want to be that far away, but it's something that to keep in mind if you want to keep your distance. Or if there is like maybe an AoE on the ground or a monster is about to appear, you can stay a little bit far away. Mid-range, let's say, you're safe, you're gonna hit with everything. So thank you for watching. As usual, I will be streaming on July 4th on twitch.tv/Jakazin, like the video, subscribe for more CCC videos, and see you guys next time.